When Steve Townsend became a student at Putnam High School at the beginning of his sophomore year, it was a landing spot that finally brought a sense of order to what before had been a nomadic journey through his early educational days. Steve embraced the opportunity. He credits Louise Pempek, Bill Ochtermeyer, and Charlotte McCullough as teachers who enhanced his academic success, and Jack Hession played a major role as his athletic mentor, leading to successful accomplishments on the basketball court and the golf course.
A couple of things I remember. The first thing I enjoyed knowing was that he was a good basketball player. We had a good team, and he was going to be a really nice addition to our team. He was about 5'10", 5'11", and he brought some street savvy, some playground skills that we didn't have at Putnam High School. So he could really play, and in fact, he took us to helped take us to the state semifinals in junior year when he made All-State in the basketball team.
Although the basketball team advanced to the state semifinals on 2 occasions, there was always a question as to whether it was accomplished through Jack Hession's coaching or Steve's initiative to overrule the coach's directive and alter the offense or defensive strategy. It occasionally resulted in quick trips to the bench where coach and player discussed the issue of who was ultimately in charge. And while he professes to have maintained a clean disciplinary record, at the right opportunity, he might share the story of when he tied the pigtails of the unknowing young lady in front of him to her chair just before the lunch bell rang. But without a doubt, his greatest achievement at Putnam High was as a 15-year-old when he started to date Marge, and who said it wouldn't last.
When we became an item, he would bring me a flower every single day in school, to the point where Miss McCullough one day had to make an announcement on school, "You cannot bring flowers to school anymore." But he did anyway. I don't know where he got them all. He had to have picked them in somebody's yard on his way. Just one flower every day.
It was also around that time that Steve started to work at Athens Pizza. Under the tutelage of John Papadopoulos, he began to establish and polish his business skills. By the age of 17, he was running the business in the absence of the owners.
I also remember how focused he was. He was a real serious guy. I think he was very dedicated to helping his mom and family. You know, on Friday nights after a basketball game, we'd all go out and we'd go with our girlfriends and we'd go party somewhere, and Steve would go to work at Athens Pizza, and he'd work until 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning for Mr. Papadopoulos. He'd go back and he'd work all day Saturday and all day Sunday just to, again, support his family.
Coursework at Ellis Tech and UConn led to an extended stay at Quinebaug Valley Community College. And for that opportunity, Steve has never forgotten the school that he considers the launching pad of his career. He graduated from Bryant College in 1976 and attained a master's from the same school in 1980. A college connection landed him his first position with a Tupperware company. From there, it was on to Harris Corporation, Cornucopia Natural Foods in Coventry, Rhode Island, and then the establishment of United Natural Foods in Dayville. These 30 years of management experience enabled him to make business acquisitions that helped propel sales at United Natural Foods from $2 million in 1981 to $3.8 billion in 2005.
Somebody said once to me, and I've repeated it, that if Steve is on your finance committee, or if Steve is asking questions of a finance committee or somebody that comes in, a trust department or investors, whatever, if he's in that role, then you can sleep well at night.
Steve and Marge married in 1972, and the birth of their 2 daughters, Maggie and Sarah, followed. The family now includes 4 grandchildren. Throughout his successful climb through the business ranks, Steve and family continued to reside in Northeast Connecticut. First in Putnam, over Ogie's Bakery on Providence Street, then on to Brooklyn, and finally Alexander's Lake in Dayville. This close connection to the area enabled him to serve on the Day Kimball Hospital Board, the Quinebaug Valley Community College Foundation, and the Northeast Connecticut Chamber of Commerce. But giving back to area communities didn't stop with serving on boards. His philanthropic contributions began in earnest. In 2012, Steve was honored for his extraordinary contributions to QVCC's foundation mission. And just this year, the college announced the Stephen and Marjolaine Townsend Putnam High Scholarship Program, which will award 4 scholarships to Putnam High graduates. This is recognition for the opportunities afforded to Townsend in their early educational pursuits.
He cares about his community, and as evidenced of all the projects that he's done there. He cares about people in general. That's why we've decided to do most of our giving now towards scholarships to help other people along the way. He cares about his friends. They call and he's always available to them. He's just a good person. He just gives 100% all the time.
As a member of the Day Kimball Board of Directors, Steve became aware of the need to expand and update their emergency room services. A fundraising idea was suggested in 1998, and with the aid of other board members, a capital campaign was launched. The culminating event was the dedication of the Townsend Emergency Center in 2015. While the Townsends have now relocated to Florida to be near family, the plan is to return north on a regular summer basis. This arrangement will allow Marge and Steve extended time to pursue a mutually enjoyed togetherness on the golf course. And tonight, although we honor Steve, it must be noted that his close partner since 1972 certainly deserves her share of recognition. It has always been a team effort in so many ways and will continue to be so.
Number one, he'd be most proud of the fact he's a great family man. He and Marge have been married for almost 50 years. They've got 2 beautiful daughters. They've got 4 grandchildren. And I think of all the things he's probably most proud of his family and his ability and capacity to take care of his family. I think he looks back on his business career with a lot of pride. You know, he's able to accomplish a lot of things in a fairly short amount of time, beginning a company like Cornucopia, turning that over to United Natural Foods and having it become a Fortune 400 company. I mean, a real top-notch company. I think he'd be very, very proud of that.
Whether or not Steve was ever able to adequately flip pizza dough on his first job is a question unanswered. But in the years since, what has been answered is the knowledge he gained from that beginning. Putnam High School, the Athens Pizza Shop, QVCC, and Bryant all propelled him into a very successful business career. This enabled him to give back to the community and institutions to which he still holds very close and emotional ties. There can be very little argument. That cycle is certainly deserving of a place on Putnam High School's Wall of Honor.
No, I think it's very fitting that he's getting this award. I think he is a sort of a model of remember where you came from, but don't think you have to stay there. You can do great things. You can seize opportunities. That's what he's done. And I think he's a good model for others to look at. That's what I think about Steve Townsend.